We have the Week 2 matchup against Nashville Ninetales playing against the Terapagos team, which is going to be kind of a fun one, I think, in my opinion. It's a headache because this team's super bulky. If you watch the draft grades thing, we called this the Big Nasty Ninetales. Or at least that's what I called them because they're very bulky and they're actually very hard to get through. Overall, I mean, they've been also compared to us wall, a couple things like that. So this is going to be kind of putting our team to the test on what we can actually do here. And so we have some offensive threats, like our Chi-Yus here. Ogreppon's offensive. Aqua Tauros is making its debut this season. And Alolan Muck. I think Muck is set up to actually be really strong for this battle. We're going to see if we can play through it and see kind of what happens from here. Our preparations are clear. We'll do gym leader, music. Just see how this kind of goes. This is going to be tough. Personally, I would like to see Terapagos not get Terras in this series. Let's kind of see how that plays out. There is a world in which we can play this with a Whimsicott lead and Tauros beside it. And maybe a Chi-Yu Muck in the back with no Lunala. Sounds a little spooky to maybe try that. But I think Muck here has the tools to be successful. We might just want to lead the Muck. Actually, I think that might be okay if we do like a Muck Tauros lead. Or a Tauros Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu Tauros is a lead that we favored earlier. I think I want that because the Chi-Yu's faster than a Tauros, and if a Tauros can actually get the close combat off, it has a chance to KO Terapagos. Not a guarantee. Muck in the back here, I think, will be solid for us. And looking at this team, I think we can play this with. I think Lunala might get to play. Wide guard at the end could come in handy. We'll have to see. It's game one. We're going to have to learn a lot in this series on like if this is a setup Terapagos, if specs Terapagos, is it fast, slow? What are we up against? With seeing a Noivern here, I think there's a chance there's Tailwind on their side of the play. So they got to fake out and potentially intimidate. Get after it. Our intimidate will go off first, so we know. Well, guard dog. I like it. Eject Pelt. So the +1 there is kind of spooky. Fluttermane coming in. We're going to learn a lot about items to start this off. That's a booster energy for the special attack. Okay, so we're actually in a kind of this little tricky spot to start this battle off. We can go Snarl. We also have some Pokemon swaps here. I actually think our Chi-Yu might be something that we can play towards here. We can maybe go Heat Wave. We can go Heat Wave here. Tauros, I think, might get a Terrestrialization just to start this off right. Since we know it's special attacking Fluttermane, we can go Iron Head in the Flutter and maybe pick this up. Guard Dog's very scary. We're going to try to play by the bull and hopefully get a deal going for us. But looking at the rest of the team, I think Muck's okay being a Poison Terra fight. Lead Wave, that is very. That's a lot of damage. Crit will do it. That's good. Burn on Flutter. 2 burns. What is this luck we're having this season? Holy smokes, that's huge. So that's a pretty fast Fluttermane then. Orb ticks. Play rough, missed. What a lucky turn. That is the luckiest turn one we've had this season, and maybe one of the luckiest turn ones we've had like in a draft league career. That's ridiculous. Okay, me and Xiao's here. This is very threatening. Me and Xiao's pretty dang fast. We can maybe save Chiyu here. But fake out is something we have to be mindful of. I'm actually okay with like a protect on Chiyu and maybe a protect on Tauros. Just for the fake out. Feint's also a thing me and Xiao can do. I think you protect Chiyu. And well, no. I'm not gonna do any crazy reads. We'll just double up our protects here on the fake out. We could set up, take advantage of it, but a jetpack being gone's kind of nice too. CC. Close combat. That burn will go down next turn for us. So we can look at this where we can maybe heat wave. Because the last one here is going to be Terrapagos. If we heat wave here, save Tauros for a Lunala switch. If this is close combat in the Tauros, that could be helpful. Chiyu is faster than Mabostiff, but they can also change their targeting up. But I think this is okay. Our Lunala is pretty bulky. The +1. Okay, U-turn will pick up. Oh, Chiyu lives this. Clutch. So, oh, Bastiodon? Okay, get that KO. It's pretty big. So no restricted lefties? Okay. Alright, so Yanshao is a jetpack, post-combat U-turn. Bastiodon's a fighting type if it terrans. So I think we're honestly... We kind of want to reposition here in a second. Chiyu is our good damage, but I think if you protect Chiyu, Bastiodon can probably... It's going to set up Iron Defense. Do Moonblast here? We could double up the main shot here. Okay, yeah, the fake out, of course. Maybe trying to catch him napping on, maybe not doing the fake out there. So Iron Defense probably. Okay, that's a good KO for us. Show me Iron Defense. Ooh, foul play. Terrifying. With leftovers. So my thought process is here, let's bring the muck in. We're going to knock off this lefties. Get to show off our new shine, or one of the shinies we got that I'm a fan of. Let's just knock this off and Moongeist beam here. Foul play is really spooky. But we're gonna go first with this Moongeist beam over there. It can terrify him, right? I'm assuming that this has some pretty bulky things. I mean, it's a really strong defensive Pokemon. And foul play is a threat because it's just foul play. I mean, we'll take that damage. And that's good to know that knockoff or muck is faster. Leftovers is gone. Body press will come out. That's expected. This might kill her. No. Well, we should win game 1 here. Just in case, you never know. Just throw the beam at him. Throw the beam at the beam. Why not? Get the KO there. That's a good one for us. Quick 1-0 lead. So guarantee a point in this series with our new point scoring system, which is helpful. Chiyu is the reason why we won that game on turn 1 with the double burn. Because the Boston damage dropped down significantly. It offset the attack boost that it got, which was very, very threatening. That thing gets a lot of different moves. The fish might be the GOAT. When we first built this team, we thought about no Lunala here, and Chiyu being the restricted. That's how much we believed in it. So we'll just have to see how it goes. This is game number 2. Game number 2 is going to be a little bit more interesting because I think we're going to see the Tropicos this time around, which means Muck is going to be just as much, is going to be very valuable once again. And I mean, it shrugged off the body press. That body press did quite a bit. And then Bastidon's going to be like a committee. It's going to need a committee to take it down. I think we could play a Whimsicott angle here, because Whimsicott is going to be a way we can maybe possibly taunt this thing or encore into like a body press into one of our resistances, something like that. Just have to see how it goes. I do think we can try Whimsicott this game. Just because it will give us speed control, and I think speed control when we're dealing with this Flutter Mane that's a fairy type is going to be pretty big. It does do pretty good damage into Mabostif if my calcs were right going into this. I like the idea of a Whimsicott lead here. What else do we like? Whimsicott Tauros might be a solid lead. I'm just a little worried if we lead that we might give a +1 again. If we Whimsicott Lunala, what happens then? We're immune to fake out if they play in shell leads. And I think it's going to be Muck Tauros in the back, because I really like what these two can do here. This is also something that we kind of like. Lunala Ogerpon's also a play we can go towards. It makes us really physical heavy. On the back end here. Ogerpon might be a game 4 thing. But Tauros and Muck is what I want to try first for this game too. If this doesn't work, we can look into game 3, possibly looking at a different lead. But I think in this scenario, yeah, Fred, Windy City Whimsicott mascot showing up. We do have the shiny for it, which is kind of cool. So Noivern and Flutter Mane. So this looks like a go fast lead for them. And I think the biggest threat for us right now, we don't know what Noivern's going to do. And since it's a Frisk, they know it's Covert Cloak. That's actually a bummer that they know that right off the bat. Because now they know they can't pick that out. That's huge. Okay. That's also a really good shiny. So we have a couple plays here. I think the idea is maybe get ahead with a Tailwind. The Ghost Nade is really, really scary right now. Moongeist Beam is our best damage. So we could force a Terra. We can also just go Moonblast into Noivern. Noivern does carry flying. So I think we go Tailwind and then blast this here. I think that's going to give us a nice chance of damage here. Pretty predictable Terra on our part. This covers for a Flutter Mane Protect so that we can at least get some tempo. That's also, I like it's a fun Terra to see. There is the Protect. So we call the Protect, which is excellent. How fast is this thing? Our Moonblast will go second. So we are faster in Tailwind here. For Noivern. Noivern is the Focus Sash user as well. I think that's actually a good turn for us. We can do something pretty funny here. We can make this Wyvern almost useless with an Encore into it, or we can Encore Flutter. I think Encoring Flutter into Protect is really good for us. And then you can go for the Moonblast into the Wyvern. Don't think he has a lot of switches into this. Yeah, let's make sure we got the setup right. So Encore here. You block that into Protect. Moongeist Beam, or just go for this play. There's the Terra Fairy Flutter. Encore him on the Protect. This could cause us to flinch. There, we got the double. We got the double. Right, we will go next. Good chance it fails next turn if we want to swing at this Terra Fairy Flutter. We can also, well, we're probably going to switch, right? Just have to see. There's the Terrapagos. Hello, Terrapagos. You're a menace. Okay, so no spread that I know of right here, which is excellent for us. We can go Moonblast to break the Terrapagos. Moongeist Beam is not effective into Terrapagos, but Flutter is a good chance it would switch here. And our best move is actually probably Moonblast into it. The Bastiodon switch could be pretty tough. So we're going to break Terrapagos' Terra Shell, Moonblast in the Flutter. So don't get to Protect, because it failed. We were really hoping it wouldn't work, which is good. So Terra Chill going to kick in. Not a lot of damage, but the most important thing is that it's broken for now. We'll take Heck Health. Terra Star Storm. This will do quite a bit. Alright, so that's good. This is the last turn of Encore. It is guaranteed to Protect this time around. So we can, I think, double up in the Terrapagos this turn. This is going to do quite a bit in return to Whimsicott. But double Moonblast all I need. We'll get their Protect. Will we do enough damage here to save Whimsicott? It's going to be close. Yeah, it lives. It's gonna be enough to take out Whimsicott, which is a problem, right? Didn't do enough there, but the Encore's over. Tailwind's gone on both sides. But it's time for Muck to hopefully do its thing. So we do know our Lunala is faster than this Terrapagos. We can Poison Jab, Flutter. We can get punished if this is a Bastiodon switch here. But I think it's okay to go for that. And then if we Moonblast Terrapagos here, should pick it up, protect us from an Earth Power. We have Shadow Shield back. Dude Gleam's going to do probably quite a bit. Okay, not as much as I thought. Moonblast will pick up Terrapagos. I think forcing the Terra onto this Flutter was nice for us this game. Flutter's down, we got a 3v1. I sure hope we can make a 3v1 here. Get our leftovers healing. Bastiodon with body press foul play. It will not be able to tear this time. If it shows. This is what I think is in bag. It's probably not though. It's my bonus stuff. Okay, so a couple things we need to do right here. We can knock off or drain punch here. I think drain punch is for the damage. Moonblast here just to hopefully finish it off. Let's play around. I think we knew that from earlier. We got the attack turn. That'll just be a one tap. Okay, we'll take the one shot. That's a great way to close that out. Tauros didn't have to come out in this one. But it did show up in game 2, or game 1. But we do get the 2-0 sweep, so a really good start to our season right now. Because that's 4 points. And I think that worked out fairly well for us. That turn 1, game 1, though, was super lucky. And we were able to at least take advantage of that, which was a big thing. You know, because sometimes you get a lucky turn like that, and if you aren't able to take advantage of it, it can be rough. Or at least it feels like it's wasted. But the burn there, I think, came in handy. And the Flutter main going down quick allowed Tauros to clinch up that game for us. And then looking at the game 2, I think we were able to do getting the Flutter main shut down with Encore was excellent. Didn't get to have to throw the taunt out, but I think just the Encore was kind of fun, just seeing that get shut down. So overall, good game to the Nashville Ninetales and Coach Ollie over there. There's a stream that you can catch his perspective of on Hipster Brown Kid. But for us, that's 2-0 on the season, two game sweep here, so we get off to a 2-0 start with 8 points so far after 2 weeks. So great start to our season, and if you stick around, Texas 2-Step Bot and FCG 9 are our game of the week. That's the Windy City Whimsicots and the Toronto Trick Roomers. That should be a treat. I think everybody should go over there and check that out. And so with that, we'll end our stream there and move on to the next game of the week and the next game of the night. So we'll see you in week 3. I don't even know who we play in week 3, but we'll be ready. We'll be ready. Thank you all again for watching.